Hello and welcome back to Ash of God's Redemption. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend it with me. I really do appreciate it. We're travelling through the Ashen Wasteland. It is reckless, but it's the fastest way west to the Marsh Watch. So we're heading over to the Marsh Watch here. We are at the Scarlet Tower. We have a few options. We can take the Old Gebden Road down to the Stony Watch. We can take the Wild Boar's Path up to the Hunter's Outpost, or the Buchanan Road all the way up to the Wolves Grazing. Now if we're heading down here, it seems a bit odd that we would go all the way round. I guess we could go, I don't know where it would go after we get there. Down this way maybe, or maybe it would go to Apacem and then down this way. I honestly don't know where it would take us. But I think we want to go down the Old Gebden Road to the Stony Watch. Seems the most direct route, somewhere down there. So we'll do that, and let's continue. We're playing as Hopper, the extremely powerful unit. He's really fun to play actually. So you catch up with a squad of Icelandic soldiers. They look odd for Buchanan troops. Faces painted black and a hair woven into dual braids. I've heard about these black snouts, fake jeers. We call them mock vandals or the Night Watch. These Icelandics are so funny. Let's recount the squad's story. Let's learn a bit more about them. Ake's laughter finally subsides. You ever hear of a warrior named Jura, you ask? He died in the Vale in a northern campaign of old. He was one of the best warriors and mentors in all of Isana, maybe even all of Barkana. A hero of that magnitude only rises in Isana once each generation. There's always someone who stands above the rest. Karbaf was the first. Ake listens as you recount the story. 460 years ago, the Gebden War began. For the first time since the Battle of the Drowsy Deep, Barkana clashed with Friga and suffered a crippling defeat at Yormung. The Frisians surrounded the Burkanian king's headquarters inside the city. A small squad was surrounded at the market square. The Northern's next attack would likely mean their doom. The warrior, Quarbaf, saved the day. You continue. There are times, he said, when you need the element of surprise. He parted his hair, making two braids and slathering with soap to make them stand upright like a pair of horns. Then he smeared his face with soot and rushed at the enemy. He surprised the Frisians with his fighting skills and his demon-like appearance. While the enemy was still confused by his trickery, the Buchanans followed him and broke through. You shrug. Ever since then, there's been a black-snouted squad in the Icelandic army. I don't approve of it, because it won't surprise anyone, except maybe you. As for Karbaf, he carried on as a regular soldier and refused any honours after that battle. He's also famous for siring many children. I feel like I still run into one now and then. Okay, so there's a reason that they do it. It's told Ake not to laugh at them maybe. Okay, Raven Gorge to the Woodland Camp, or carry on the old Gebden Road to the Highland Retreat. I feel like maybe I'm going to go to the Woodland Camp. Oh, here we go. So, you feel the reaping grow stronger. Its shadow falls upon you. The curse has crippled your arms, reaching for your heart. If you give up and feed some of your power to the enchantment, you can prevent the reaping from growing stronger. If you resist and conserve your strength, the dark magic will tighten its grip on the world. Now, every time this has come up, I have given in to the curse, and that is something I'm going to continue to do. So our stats do get lowered, but we do get a skill point. So the blackness on your hand creeps upward, sapping your strength and chilling your heart, and yet the reaping halts, if only for a while. You console yourself knowing that your suffering lessens the evil engulfing Terminium. So we have done that each time. I'm hoping it's the right choice. Under a sprawling oak tree on a hill, there's a black slab of stone with a half-effaced inscription, and engraved with the image of a sword. You used to know the liar warring under this grave marker, as you knew his father and his grandfather. You remember them all by name. Ake dismounts and strolls towards the grave, immersed in thought. As you get closer, the giant warrior turns to face you and points at the stone slab behind him. Here lies a hero of Barkana, rescuer of over 100 Raidonan children. I dare say he's just like Thorn Brennan, but lived half a century earlier. Do you know anything about him? Or of the others? Tell me about yourself too. Memories are a family business. Are you a book lover or what? Okay, we could say... Yeah, we'll talk to him. I don't feel the need to cover anything up or lie to this guy. He seems fairly trustworthy. I will say, yes, I know this hero. His name was Captain Helton. 60 years ago, the Palians arose again. We avoided a full-scale war, but several bands landed on the Redonian shores and massacred several villages. The only prisoners they took were children. They took over 100 children to their islands and needed 10 longships to carry them. Helton went after them and saved everyone, but the Palians had their revenge. 10 years later, they captured him and burned him alive. His charred bones lie here. There were 122 children in total. Helton saved 80. The rest perished during the battles or were killed by the Palians, though they didn't burn Helton, the Vandals did, after he torched 4 Vandal villages near Friga and killed everyone there. Are you saying Helton wasn't a hero, or that he was wrong to burn the Vandal villages? At least the Palians never murdered children. Helton burned the villages and left no one alive. He supposedly did it to punish the Vandals' banditry, but Gales were the ones responsible for the raids. Helton paid dearly for his actions. His bones were returned in a basket full of shit, and that's how they buried him here. Man, that's nasty. Also, Bakana had many heroes. The man lying under the stone had many renowned companions. His boatswain was Selja, nicknamed Fatso. The drunkard Hund stood at the helm. Bash, who knew every shoal from Radonia to Izida, he was a pilot. Then where are their graves? Do they receive here as burials? Selja became food for the cannibals near Friga, so there was nothing left to bury. Hund got so drunk he fell from the stern of a ship and drowned. The crew didn't notice until morning. It's a miracle that the ship didn't hit a reef. As for Bash, his own captain killed him. Was it because he crashed the ship on the rocks, or it ran aground? No, for stopping Helton from raping a 13-year-old girl. Helton said that the entire Palian horde had humped her, and that one more girl wouldn't make a difference. When you dig into history, Ake, pinch your nose. The stench is unimaginable. Oh man, this Helton guy is sounding worse and worse the more we find about them. That's awful. One more go wouldn't make a difference. Jeez, that's just inhuman. The book lover should stick to his books. Instead of being an orphan, the village where I'm from was one of the few massacred by the Palians. I survived, obviously, so this is my story too. Why did you become a scribbler? What do you call it? A scribe? That's how the stars aligned, Ake. You became a warrior because you were strong, brave, honest and determined. I became a scribe because I have a good memory, legible handwriting, and because sitting on the stone benches in the archives doesn't make my back hurt. Is Bakana's history as complicated as that hero's? Are you saying that Frisia didn't attack us first? Bakana is a land. It's the people that are aggressive. Even though the famous Battle of the Drowsy Deep was fought on the Frisian border, I know for a fact that the Bakanans never managed to bring death and destruction. Quite the opposite. Let's not disturb the memory of the dead. No feats or transgressions of the past can change anything in the present. You should just remember that one day you'll rest under a slab of stone just like this, and some finicky book lover will label you as a bandit or criticise you for taking innocent lives. Hold your tongue, Hopper. You can't beat me in a fistfight. I should twist your head off for such slander. I've never murdered innocents, never wanted to be an executioner, and never looted corpses, unless you count the trophies for my regiment's coffers. Well, then no scribe or scribbler can hurt you. It's no use arguing with you, Hopper. You've gotten the better of me every time. You know more and you see further. But there's one thing you don't realise. There are thousands of men like me. When I die, it'll be nothing special. Why would you want everlasting fame, Ake? For a tombstone that hardly anyone visits? These times don't accommodate long-term plans. I wish I could predict what tomorrow holds. Man. Whew, okay, we've only got one option. The perilous path to the burial stockade. Let's take it. Okay, nothing happens there. Got a whole bunch of stuff. So we're trying to go to the Marsh Watch, right? So why are we going up that way? I would say either going the abandoned road or the hollow path would make the most sense. I mean, they're all going to move around eventually. Maybe there's some things up here that would be useful. The game never really explains the best way of, what the options hold. I guess multiple playthroughs would solve that, but I don't think this is a game that I'd really want multiple playthroughs. I am enjoying it, but I kind of just want to get through it, really. Okay, let's take the abandoned road. Sounds good. Does mean it looks like we may need to go through the cursed village. Nothing has changed in the Ashen Wasteland for hundreds of years, but now everything feels different. There's a bitter taste in your mouth, like you've inhaled some smoke, but there's none to be seen. There's only an ashen valley, grey grass and grey sky. What's causing the sting in your throat? Where did this feeling of power come from? You need to make camp. Ake dismounts the horse and carefully ties the bridle to a branch. Gods and demons, he exclaims. Are you by chance turning into an abomination? What's happened to your eyes? They're black. Or have your pupils consumed your eyeballs? What about my eyes? We could say it's a delusion. We could just say it's the effects of sorcery. Blame it all on the strangeness of the wasteland. I think that's what it is. Let's do that. He shrugged. It's a special place, Ake. It doesn't change the people. They just see more because the world is thinner here. You can tell by the colour. The world isn't thick enough, so everything is grey. You see my black eyes, and you look like a giant with steel teeth and horns. He's right then. You're me. Ake worriedly checks his head and jaw. I don't have steel teeth. I don't have horns either. Here, feel for yourself. You sigh. Well, there you are. You got lucky. I can touch you and tell you that there aren't any horns on your head. My eyes are another matter. What could you possibly learn by touching them? I'm not touching your head on the off chance you have horns, but just can't feel them yourself. Ake frowns. No way. I don't touch my head. What if there's actually something there? I'd rather look at your black eyes than hit door frames with horns. A plague on this wasteland. We need to hurry and leave it behind. So we can actually make camp here. I think I will do. I've got 2 skill points to spend. We have the option of increasing our energy, which I don't feel the need to at the moment. We can increase damage on our devouring blow. That's quite the big one. So cooldown 3 deals 20 damage and increases your health or energy by 10. So that will just do extra damage. What else we do have here? -2 to the energy cost of the ability. It's requires 12 energy. Oh, that's the big attack. It has a cooldown of 4. Deals 10 damage to the health of all enemy units. I would love to get the cooldown of that down, actually. Or we can, but it doesn't look like that's an option. But just reducing the energy cost could be good. Or we do extra damage on the quick strike and increases your energy by 8, deals 10 damage. I think the extra damage on the basic attack I think would be the most effective. How much energy does he have? I think he's got like a decent amount. Okay, we're just going to do extra damage here. And let's do, well, both things. We're now doing 12 damage on the attack. I think it's pretty good. Okay, let's take the abandoned road over to the Bone Well. Let's go. I wouldn't mind having another battle. They're quite fun to do. Especially with Hopper, who's very strong. Continue. Nothing going on here. So the cursed village. Is there something going to be happening here? I think we passed through these ways as another character. Oh, here we go. So this is the same thing. We're going to give in to the curse again. Stats are getting lowered every time another skill point has been gained. Okay, you come to your senses in an unfamiliar place. It's the same wasteland, but the unknown hills around you are covered in fog. Armed warriors begin to emerge. A Gale, a Frisian, a Buchanan, and an Enns. It's surely an illusion. The magic pounds your temples and hurts your eyes. The wasteland is mocking you, but you hardly have the strength to break free of the vision. And I did just say I wanted to have a battle, so we could just join the battle, but this is basically an illusion. So we could try and dispel it. We'll call out to one of the warriors. Gather your remaining strength and dispel the illusion. That might go bad for us, but you call on your spirit and dispel the illusion. This very moment it dawns on you that your blackened arm binds you to mortal flesh. Ooh. curse is spreading, we've got less stats. Ugh, the fog disappears and the shadow warriors. You taste blood in your mouth. There's no strength left in you. Your arms and legs tremble, but your footprints can be seen in the grey grass. It's time to go back to the place you'd left because of the illusion. The darkness has claimed another part of you. It's probably, yeah, we didn't have the strength for that. We didn't even get a skill point for doing that. That's bad. 78% curse power. That I don't know what happens when it gets to 100. I'm guessing not good. Right, let's try and get to the Marsh Watch then. You approach the Marsh Watch, read it properly, making your way to the local inn. You leave 8 to tend to the horses. You should eat, but you're not hungry, so you just pay the innkeeper for a small room and go straight there. You crave some respite and time to think about the journey ahead. At some point you doze off. What comes next feels like a vivid dream, though you still see the same window-lit room and the old but spry woman. She opens the door smiling and nods in satisfaction. She looks like a crone, but moves like a woman in her prime. Sitting beside you, she takes the book from your bag and flips through it. You try to speak, but the words can't escape. You close your eyes, trying to remember where you've seen her before. Darkness slowly consumes everything. Someone grabs you by the shoulders, waking you. You open your eyes and see an old friend. "Glad to see you, Blance," he says, winking. "Surprised, though. Was wondering who's been casting Solomon's spells over the inn's roof. You have insomnia or something?" After hearing these words, you finally realise that you're awake and come to your senses. A quick look around, you know that someone's sorcery is at work here. Realising you've been hexed, you scramble to get your bag. The book is gone. Curses, how could they trick me like that? I dreamt of a hag rummaging through my things and flipping through my book, but it was no dream. The book is missing. Did you not encounter anyone on the stairs? My apologies, but I haven't seen any hag on the inn stairs. I've arrived after the spell dissipated. Where are you off to, Blance? And not alone, I see. Been accepted into a royal service, have you? Well, you haven't strayed so far from home by happenstance either, have you? Shallan, you don't simply travel for the sake of it, do you? You really step outside your shop, especially in reap time. Forget the shop. Now isn't the time. I've actually been looking for you, Blance, and it's clear that seeing the crone in your dream was no coincidence. Though an odd one, she wields great power. Who is she? Who knows, although I've got a hunch she might be the Under that everyone's talking about. But somebody's off. Under so old, it's surprising she still lives. It's as if this hag only pretends to be Under. The crone who looks like a woman in her prime, stone bracelets and serpent's gaze. I've heard of her. Calls herself Sheila. Maybe she's like us, not human. You should be well aware that the name is only a garment. Take it off if you will, and it loses all meaning. I've been considering this from all angles, and those who could be this crone died in that same battle which gave you your arrow scars. And I've got no more ideas, no clues. Like we don't have anything better to do than solve an old hag's riddles. She's a witch, no doubt. Why do you need me, Shallan? You should already know this. Some witch told me I could find you in these lands, and that you too searched for me. Should that fail, a catastrophe may follow. Cut the mind game, Shallan. My head aches even without adding or riddles. How does an old woman or witch compel you to look for someone? I don't recognise you. I hardly recognise myself, Lance. I've had so many thoughts lately. Got a job as an indent at Opacen. Guided wagons through the marsh road. I thought I'll keep quiet and survive the reaping, but no, trouble found me again. From now on, we travel together. Well, at least there's some good news. Always happy to see you, Shallan. Having you tag along is always nice. Still, I'm quite surprised. What power do you mean, Shallan? If I knew the secret of her power, I would also possess it. Her clairvoyance is on par with your Amna. Her sorcery matches that of a High-Embra, and she's as pervasive as a Dwarfcal. She's definitely not allied with a High-Embra of the north. I've already realised that. A new player has joined the game. Corazon is seriously concerned about that. Seems like she's the one who's managed to hold back the reaping. I don't care about that, Corazon, scoundrel, and who knows if the reaping is truly receding. What if she's not saving us, but seasoning us for the frying pan? There's something special about her. as if she holds some hidden threads, or has some underlying scheme. Blance, I don't like it. Calm down, Sherlan. Why should we be scared of the reaping, especially when we're together? Enough conjecture, I've got bigger problems. You take off your glove and show your blackened hand. Sherlan observes it with great interest. His breath becomes heavier, as if he's trying to place its smell. What a convoluted curse. Where'd you get this nasty thing? Why is it on your hand? What purpose? Why does it jitter? Is it breathing? Still haven't lost your attitude, Sherlan. Got this nasty stuff in Albius, just near your shop. Some cunning crone left it. Now I'm roaming back on and trying to piece together a spell to cure me, among other things. Yes, I'm aware. Following Gleda Brennan, are you? She's just met her father by the Marsh Watch and left trying to save her brother. Well, let him. Why do you want to join me so badly, though? What's your aim? My goal is to survive, same as yours. Judging by that blackened hand, I don't have any recent hexes, but I'm still afflicted with a much older curse. I feel chills and a sense of foreboding. Something else on my mind too. Have anything to say? Shouldn't I be asking that question? Aren't you the one who's supposed to impart keywords to me, for which I came here all the way from Ursus? It all led to you. That's true. Don't know what book that hag stole from you, but I've also seen her. Not just in real life, in dreams too. She seared something into my hand once, in one of those dreams. It burns and won't subside unless you read it. Just let me roll up my sleeve. So she is truly a great sorcerer, always gets her way. What got you here? The same handwriting, and with every step your burden should become greater, for you carry it for many, and the number increases still. Ye gods, the writing's vanished. Such a relief. What do these words mean, Blance? What are they? I don't know, Sherlan. I need to think this through. But I won't be staying in the inn. Can't say I'd be happy about absorbing anyone else's sorcery. And by the way, just a reminder, call me Hopper Rowley, and you're Rusk, the store owner from Albius. Names are not to be used in vain. Times are too dire for such foolishness. Let's go. Of course, you were the only one to notice the magical veil of dreams cast over the inn and Sherlan's, rather Rask's, appearance. For everyone else, it's business as usual. Seems like Acre's done preparing and is ready to continue onward. You don't have to introduce Rask to your companions. They know the shopkeeper from Albius. However, everyone is surprised to find him in the middle of nowhere, and more so that he's going to accompany you from now on. As you exit the inn, Rask pulls you aside, looking mysterious. Seems like he's got something important to tell you. Blance, or rather Hopper, wait, I haven't told you everything. Thornbrennan's daughter was waiting for him when he arrived here. Me too. It was the old woman who brought his daughter here, after all. There was also Fila, a girl from Ursus. I was asked to watch Gleda until Thorn comes. I know her from my time in Albius. Headstrong girl, that one. So Fila headed to appace him, and the old woman decided to cross the marshes. I was sure I'd never see her again, but when Thorn headed west with his daughter, that damned hag came to me in a dream. She drew this damn thing in my hand and said something cryptic. I figured that there was no point in trying to comprehend the message, only that I must relay it to you. What did she tell you, and why do you think I'm the recipient of her message? She mentioned you by name, and called you Blance instead of Hopper, so listen up. You need to venture west, and keep in mind that even a scoundrel can be useful. There's not much to go on, is that it? Was there at least another word? Must I solve riddles again? Well, life's one big riddle. She also said I needed to accompany you. I'm asking, what did I do to deserve this? And she dismissed it, saying the real trial lies in Friga, or somewhere nearby, and that it spells certain doom for you. That sure is some good news, friend. Well, nothing to do but face the music.
The voices of those nearest and dearest still echo in your mind. You rush into battle as if you were late for a meeting.
Okay, back to Thorn this time. Okay, how are we doing for time? But we can carry on. Let's keep on going. Okay, current goal. You need to save your son spurs... The need to save your son spurs you on and weighs heavy on your mind. To get to him, you must pass the fortress of Friga. So here, what is this? Don't know why there's this arrow here. Okay, anyway, we can take the marsh road, the secret pathway, or the berry path. Why are the skulls on the map? It really doesn't explain this map much. Partially sunken tower at the edge of the Vandal Swamp, home to venomous snakes. It seems like we should maybe avoid this. We are obviously heading to Friga. I'm going to avoid the marsh road. I think I might take the secret pathway to the Warden's mansion. That sounds a nicer path. Yeah, only a few know the secret path across the Vandal Swamp. Let's do that. You meet a Berkanan patrol. The guardsmen stop you to find out who you are and if you're telling the truth. A sergeant is called Thomas. He eyes you suspiciously and says you look like a gang of thugs which are a growing blight in these troubled times. I think we just answer all inquiries patiently. You provide truthful answers to all Thomas's questions. It's incredibly boring and you cannot wait to leave. In the end, he can't find anything amiss and begrudgingly permits you to ride forth. Okay, no bad things happen there. Okay, I'm not going to go back down here. There's a lot of paths leading to the Serpent Tower, but I think I want to carry on through the Robbers Track, and we'll sort of cut out this part here to get to Friga. A scared young lad walks down the road. He introduces himself as Clemens. He's been hiding in a bush from a band of Enzes, which left through the thoroughfare and turned on a seldomly used path. Luckily the path leads to a long abandoned village, so the abominations won't hurt anyone. Seems like you can catch up to the Enzes if you want to. Clemens praises the gods for delivering him from peril and bids you farewell. The prospect of ridding Berkan of a band of brutes is enticing, but should you risk fighting for such elusive gain? We could go for a battle, which I said I wanted to do, but it just doesn't seem to make sense. I'm going to forget that, move on. I guess we do get, like, resources from them. Or so difficult to know what choices to take. I'm going to carry on the Robbers Track. Getting towards Friga, that's where we're heading for. The Woodland Bastion. A little boy runs out into the road sobbing. He pleads, "Help me, kind sirs. My sister fell into a deep pit. I cannot pull her out by myself." Time is of the essence. Can you afford a detour? Though it would be terrible to leave children in distress. Helping the girl shouldn't take too much time. We could send one of her companions, or lead the entire company. Now the way it's worded here, it's like lead your entire company to the rescue. That seems like a big waste, right? But I have a feeling this could be an ambush. If you just send one of your companions, they might be killed. I'm going to take the whole lot there. You turn the horses around. The boy nods and waves eagerly, showing the way. After several hundred paces, he disappears in the underbush, as if purposely hiding. This might be an ambush. You turn your horses around. Perhaps the bandits didn't expect such a large party. It's a relief to have avoided danger. It seems wisest to get back to the road and continue your journey. I knew it. It was an ambush. If I hadn't have taken everybody, I probably would have lost one of my companions. Or they would have been seriously injured. Okay, it may have wasted a bit of time, but that was the right choice. Right, let's continue. You approach the highway. It's teeming with soldiers and fugitives. You hear cattle lowing and the heavy wheels creaking. People are leaving Friga. A sergeant hails you. "Hey, where are you headed? Haven't you heard? We're abandoning Friga. Name's Stigleaf, and I make sure everything goes smoothly on this road, so let me have a look at your papers just in case." You show him the papers drawn up by Rask. "What's happening over there? We're coming from Marsh Watch, so we're behind on fresh news." Stigleaf returns your papers and spits. "The Intendant shouldn't have sent you west. There's nothing for you there now. Gales and vandals have turned mad. They're just swarming onwards, completely out of their minds. Prince Heidelig is fending them off for now, but he's only stalling for time." You ask, "And what about Prince Trieg of Drana?" The sergeant looks at you surprised. Are you all living under a rock in that stockade of yours? The drowning king is dead. So is his son. So his son is now making his way to Highborg to defend it. He will also be crowned there. The sergeant has nothing else to say, so you venture onward, knowing that time is short. Okay, continue. You approach the white bastions of Friga to find the mountain gate unguarded. At a distance you hear men yelling and the clanking of weapons. It seems as if the enemy is trying to storm the main gate. Leech turns towards you. I don't understand. There's a siege going on, but there's not a single guard at this gate. What are they thinking? You shake your head. While Friga holds the road, the only way in is through the main gate. Still, there should be someone stationed here. Perhaps there's all hands on deck. Whatever the reason, no one stops you as you lead your party through the gate. This is where your son fought, so it's the best place to look for him. Going to Prince Hedelig first makes the most sense. Okay, so we've got the western gate. The prince would be commanding his men at the western gate. Or we can just leave, we can go to a house. So many abandoned houses in Friga these days are good places to rest and gather your thoughts. Well, let's go to see the prince. The city is nearly abandoned. You see the occasional guard and hear distant creaking of carts, but no one pays you any mind. You ride into the square opposite the town gate, towards the din of battle. A horn pierces the air with urgency. Eyes wide, Glida looks beyond the gate. There's the blood-stained mountain path that leads towards the forest. Dad, that horn signals a retreat, right? Why is that squad not withdrawing? The enemy is pressing the attack. You face the gate. The Buchanan squad that pushed back an assault is now trapped. Another band of Gales joins the fray. You can spill blood, but it might end up being your own. Should you risk helping the Buchanans, or just keep searching for the prince? Friga's defenders can make do on their own. I'm going to join in. You lead your companions into the fray. You hope that the enemy is not smart enough to cut off your retreat. A horn signals the defenders to fall back. It's clear there will be no reinforcements. Keep saying I wanted to have a little battle, so let's do this. Okay, we'll stick with the guys we've got up the top there. Looks good. We've got Ramlin's score, which I've never used either of them. We've also got Glida as well, but I think we'll go with these guys. This one's quite a large party. It's difficult to know who to use. Okay, so I've got one archer. Let's move him up a little bit. Move him there. I'll put the archer a bit further back. I think he's got a decent range. Let's move him up there. Tempted to just bring her back a little bit. No. Oh, we'll go with this. I don't know. It seems so limited what you can actually do with the positioning to start with. So I think if we do this, what have we got here? We can increase the defense. Increase defense of a party member. I can just walk up. Deals 20 damage to the health of all surrounding units. It does do diagonals, this one. Some of the other AoE ones that some of the other characters do not. I could just walk up here and just take out these guys. How much damage do? 20 damage. I won't kill any of them though. I need to be a bit more cautious, I think. Okay, what about a ranged attack? Yeah, I could just do a ranged attack. Okay, deals 23 damage. I can't kill anyone. What I will do... Yeah, so if I do this big attack on this guy, if I go for his energy, it actually does a decent amount to his health, takes out all his energy, that limits his movement, limits his access to different skills. Okay, actually, you know what? I've got cards as well. Reduces health by 5 for a random enemy unit. Increases energy by 2 to all party members. Yeah, that's a good one to start with. Blah, blah, blah. Increases health, reduces health. Yes, I will do this. I'll start off. Are you doing it? Yes, okay. For some reason I didn't want to do it the first time around. Okay, so we all get some energy. Do a little bit of damage. Okay, how much? Yeah, it's got to walk right up. There's a bit of damage, but now that just opens him up to just a counter attack from everyone here. Although he is the least important target because he's acted this turn. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to do him first of all. 10 damage reduces his defense. That could be good actually. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So he's going to deal 10 damage, which is less damage than this one, but the stun is useless. But reducing his defense by 9 means that others will do more damage to him. I will... What does this do? Oh, is he going to counter-attack? If I attack his health, it looks like he counter-attacks. Oh, he's going to counter-attack either to energy or health. That's interesting. We'll do this. Okay. So now I'll use her. Oh, mind you, she's ranged, isn't she? Yeah. Do I want to waste 15 damage though? Yeah, I think I will just do this. Yeah, I can kill him. Use a lot of her energy, but that's one down. Okay. That's fine. So now I think I'm going to bring in Thorn. Does it have one that... No, these all end his turn, so I'm going to come in and we're going to... That's 9 damage either way. Okay, I'm going to just do 9 damage and increase my I'll go for health and increase my defense. Counter-attack is nasty. Okay, who's it going for? Oh, he's going for her. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, we need to sort these guys out here. How far can he move? He can't attack anyone, that's frustrating. What I'm going to do, I think, I'm going to increase my counter-attack. And then I'm going to just walk forward to here and invite attack from these guys in my turn. So if they come in and go for him, he will counter-attack them. Oh, I should have healed her or something. These guys have got ranged attacks. That's bad news. Okay. In that case, how am I going to do this? So she's the only one left, right? On my team. I think I will increase my defense. Doesn't end the turn. They might start going for her soon. 17 damage. Yeah, we'll go for this. Just on this guy in front, I think. Let's do this. Pushes them back. He can't counter-attack. And I've reduced his attack. And now all my team is active again. Go for this guy. Oh, come on. Okay, he broke my defences there, that's bad news. But what I can do... Oh, that's not a bad play. I do have an AoE attack that will not hit any of my friends, it will hit 2 of theirs. Yes, I'm going to do that. Knocks them all back, kills one of them. Not bad. Okay, that defense really helps out there, that's good. So now... He doesn't have an AoE, does he? He's got a stun. Oh, that would be good. Deals 27 damage. Stuns a target. Okay. Or increase attack. Increase my defense. Increase my counter attack. Okay, I'm going to go and be crazy here. I'm going to stand here. Right at the middle of all of them. I'm going to increase my counter attack. And then I'm going to... I'm going to just do a Furious Strike, because it deals 11 damage, so I can kill one guy. And then that will also increase my attack as well, so my counterattack becomes more dangerous as well. So he's dead. And then hopefully these two will target him. Looks like he's going to as well. Can't do anything about the counterattack there, but now all our team is now activated again. I will leave those guys for now. I will take her. She has a ranged attack. 17 damage, reduces the attack, pushes them back. I could... I don't really want to push these guys back. Okay, I'm going to... This deals 8 damage. I could just kill him. I think I will. Oh no, that was... Oh, I didn't want to do that. That doesn't kill him. Frustrating. Oh, they're ignoring the target. That's not what I wanted you to do. It's fine though. Okay, well is he going to ignore the target? Right, well you... I cannot reach anyone. Increase your defense and walking distance. Does not end turn. Okay, so I can do this. Increases his walking distance. So does that mean I can now reach? I can. Yes, 14 damage. So I can kill him. I'll just do a glancing blow. That's all I need to do. Glancing blow will go here. Health, that will kill him. Satisfying the whack there. Okay, let's see if they're getting around these counterattacks. Right, you can deal 23 damage. I guess I just kill him. No, I can't because he's no, I can't do it. Okay, in that case, I will just do a basic shot on this guy. Take his health down a little bit. So now he will act. I'm hoping he's going to go for this guy. He's done. They just ignore it. My plan didn't work, unfortunately. Oh no, he does. Oh, okay. Yeah, he does the smart thing by moving away. Okay, well, everybody's up and ready to activate. Who is the biggest threat? I don't think anyone's really threatened. I think we've got this. Okay, we'll do a basic attack. 11 damage. That's not going to kill him, unfortunately. What about you? How much damage? 14 damage? Yes, you can do that. And if he doesn't kill him, you can stun him. He's dead. Okay, we're going to have to take some damage here. And now he goes in for a close-up. That's odd. Okay, well, we can do 30 damage. I don't need to do 30 damage. Look how much health he's got. I've got 3 health. Okay, we'll take this guy out. Okay, this guy's going to go again. Okay, that's fine. Took out her energy, but we can counterattack with that. Deals 8 damage. You're dead. Okay, we did have one casualty there. But she should just take an injury. She shouldn't die. Yeah, just taking one injury. That's fine. What do we get? Cards and cards fragments. Don't really care about those. Okay, no leveled ups. That's a shame. Having thwarted the gals, you are forced to retreat. The assailants are at your heels. As the gate closes behind you, another wave of attackers crashes against it. Like the last, this fresh attempt is unsuccessful. A hail of arrows drives them back, and in minutes the besiegers retreat from Friga's walls. One of the warriors you've saved wishes to talk to you. Oh, thank you, Captain. I had not noticed the gales outflanking us. What is your name, and what brought you here? You are not from Friga. I am Thornbrennan of Albius and Odla, and captain in retirement. I'm looking for Prince Hidlig. I don't look much like royalty without my crown and trinkets, eh? Sorry to say, you won't find another Hidlig here. If you seek the prince, look no further. Just spare me the formalities. Hey. Your Highness, pardon me. Truly, I did not recognize you. Why are you fighting amongst the common soldiers? My people are exhausted, Thorn. We'll have to abandon Friga, but the refugees need time to reach Hyborg. Our fighting buys them that. Nothing inspires soldiers like their prince fighting alongside them. Huh? You could have been slain. Even princes are mortal. Had we faced a more clever foe, I'd not be standing here. I'm not one to cower and hide. You risk your life for common Burkanans, who may not even be your father's subjects. I'm starting to see why you're so popular in Isana. What happens to Bakana happens to Isana, and I myself decide which course to take. I pay no heed to contrary opinions. Have you any other questions? Why is the siege so poorly organised? I'm no less surprised. I knew the Gals and Vandals were different to Frisians, but I did not expect to have to repel at random, as if someone is driving these bastards to die against the walls of a fortress they've no need of taking. You're right, it's not a proper siege. Friga will not fall. Something else troubles you, though. Is it the Frisians? Do they approach? Of course, the Frisians wouldn't miss their share of the fun, but we'll leave Friga before they arrive. What's troubling is this chaotic siege. It's vexing. It appears as though Frisia has hired the tribes to do it, but I know that's impossible. The Gales aren't really themselves. Pillaging and kidnapping is their way, but to sacrifice their lives for a foreign city. I've heard rumours of steppe madness, but this is something else completely. Your guess is as good as mine. Do you know the whereabouts of my son, Max Brennan? I was just about to ask if you're related. I'm afraid I don't have good news. Your lad disappeared when the siege began. Druket still searches for him, to no avail. Who is this Druket, and where can I find him? He is one of my men, and dare I say, the best. He's looked after Max since the lad arrived in Friga. You should speak to Lon first. He's commander of the guard here. You'll probably find him in that house over there. I shall ask him to assist you. Why, thanks, Your Highness. Thank you. That is all I wanted to know. Wait, I hesitate to say this, but I owe you my life. I shan't forget it. If this pestilence doesn't destroy it, find me. I'm sure it'll be easy. Yes, Your Highness. Take your leave. I hope you find your son. He's a good lad, and I know who he takes after. Farewell, Captain Brennan. Farewell, Prince Hidlig. Okay. We will go and speak to Lon. Having spoken to the prince, you visit Lon, Friga's commander of the guard. He points out the warrior beside a nearby house. That man with his back to us is Druket, freshly returned from a scouting expedition. Good day to you, Druket. My name is Thornbrennan. I've been told that you're searching for my son, Max. True, I do search for Max. I shan't rest until I find him. Well, what happened to him? He was ambushed. The place was crawling with thugs, as if someone gathered them up from all across Atominium, purposely drove them mad, then herded them to Friga. Max had a run of especially bad luck. Some unusual bandits have taken him prisoner. Cannibals, right? No need to mince words. I've seen much in my lifetime. Is there any hope that Max still lives? I'd have abandoned my search otherwise. These beasts only leave their lair for food. have not come out yet, so there's still hope that he's alive. Do you know where he is? If I knew where your son was, I'd not be standing in front of you without him. That's fair. What can you tell me about the White Tower? Wait, it's a death trap, even for cannibals. Though, considering all this madness, I've yet to search there. How did you learn of the White Tower? Long story. Let's say I heard a voice. This may surprise you, but I understand. Why are you looking for him? The prince appointed me to look after Max as soon as he arrived. I was like a mentor to him. You have an able son, Thorm, quick learner, but what a hothead. He acted rashly while in my charge. Please, forgive me. Nothing to forgive. I remember myself at his age. I too would sneak away looking for adventure. He will yet live and have his adventures, I know it. He was captured by this beast under my stewardship. Even if you forgive me, I cannot forgive myself. Let's go search for him. No time to lose, every hour counts. Will the prince not object? He'll be strict. He spares no more soldiers for the search, and all of Mac's men are already dead, but the prince won't stand in our way. He's not heartless, and he was fond of Mac too. Then let's go. Okay, there's a house. Let's see if we can rest up and check out everything. So there's nothing actually we need to do. We've got one injury, so I'm not too worried about that. Don't really need to heal. No, I think we can. I think we can go. Let's leave and head to the White Tower. Okay, so where is the White Tower? The White Tower is here. So we can go to the Wolf Lair, the Old Gunner Road to Three Springs, or the Eagle Ravine. Well, I think, you know what, that is a decision we will leave for next time. Thank you for watching this time. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. And join me next time and we'll see if we can save our son. I'll see you then. Goodbye.